Republican presidential hopefuls are hitting the campaign trail ahead of the second primary debate later this month. Former President Trump, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, Vivek Ramaswamy, and more were in the stadium for the Iowa State football game this weekend. Let's bring in ABC News political director Rick Klein for more on how that went. Rick, Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds hasn't endorsed a candidate yet, but did attend the game with Ron DeSantis. How significant is that? And how could an endorsement impact this race ahead of the Iowa caucus?
Yeah, and Donald Trump, who was not with Governor Reynolds, has been warring with her over her decision to not endorse so far, calling her disloyal as a result. I don't think the Iowa caucuses are going to turn on the endorsement of the governor of Iowa, but I think that event coming just a day after the governor of South Dakota, Kristi Noem, endorsed Donald Trump, and coming as Republicans are looking to see is there anyone who can take on Donald Trump, I think spoke rather powerfully. The DeSantis team very happy with the imagery of Governor DeSantis sitting with a fellow governor while Donald Trump was behind the glass of a luxury box. I think this is a party that's still looking to see whether Trump is vulnerable, how that can happen. DeSantis was once the vessel for a lot of that hope, and the DeSantis team hopes that can happen again. And any kind of establishment support, particularly in Iowa, is something they'll welcome.
Meanwhile, Vice President Kamala Harris is responding after some of the candidates criticized her during campaign speeches. What's the latest on that?
Yeah, keep an eye out on this, Diane, because you're going to see a lot more of Vice President Harris than President Biden as a campaigner, and you're going to hear a lot from the other candidates criticizing her. You've even heard people like Nikki Haley go so far as to say a vote for Biden is essentially a vote for President Harris because, in her view, Joe Biden is unlikely to finish a second term. I think it's a not-so-veiled swipe at his age and his ability and his capacity, and I think for Vice President Harris, she's been asked directly a few times recently, are you ready to step in if you need to be? And she recognizes that the fight is out there. She's got a lot to do to rehabilitate her own image. I do think, though, the campaign is going to give her that opportunity. Certainly the way the Biden team sees it, she is a valuable ally and asset and someone they're going to deploy quite a bit.
So, Rick, what are you watching for as the candidates make their case ahead of the next debate, which is just over 2 weeks away?
Yeah, also about 2 weeks away is the next fundraising deadline, and the idea of who's up and who's down in terms of what they've been able to raise will be key. We've seen a lot of attention to Vivek Ramaswamy lately. He is at the site of 9/11 today. He's made some controversial comments on that. I'm curious to see how much fire he continues to take from his rivals. And also, frankly, does anyone drop out in the next couple of weeks? Because it's going to be harder to make this debate than it was the first debate. We know a few candidates came very close to not even qualifying. One who didn't qualify last time, the mayor of Miami, Francis Suarez, he dropped out of the race shortly thereafter. I don't think we're done seeing the winnowing of this field before voting starts.
ABC News political director Rick Klein, thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.